Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to NorthStar. Today in this exciting class, we are going to start with a brand new section. We are going to start with section B of part 1. Section A we are going to do later. Today we are not going to start our lecture with a theory topic. We are going to start with an exciting practical topic. But like always, I'm going to give you an introduction of section B because it's one of the most important section and incidentally happens to be the biggest section in your syllabus. At the same time, it also happens to be one of the most scoring and interesting section. Some part of this section comprises of theory topic, little of statistics. Those of you who love statistics, you are going to enjoy this section. Those of you who do not love statistics, don't worry. I'm going to ensure that you still get to enjoy, because we are studying not just to learn but also to enjoy and pass the exam both at the same time. And I will ensure all of it right here in this 2 hours of lecture. Let's get started with the contents of section B. Section B, planning, budgeting and forecasting. Very important profile, very important job role, very important position in every organization. At some point in time in your journey in the finance department, you are certainly going to encounter with topics like this, where you are practically going to have in-depth knowledge after this class, and you are going to enjoy the deeper analysis that you will be able to do. It's a very important section because it carries 20% of your score in the part 1 exam. There are 6 topics. Like I said, it is the biggest section in your entire syllabus. Topic 1 of 6, strategic planning. Overall, broadly a theoretical topic. I didn't want to start the first topic with a theory, so we are going to start with a little practical topic today. The second topic, budgeting concepts. Again, little theoretical, but with a right mix of practical concepts in it. Forecasting techniques is a complete statistics, correlation, regression, termination, frustration, all that is there in this forecasting technique. But don't worry, I will ensure there is no frustration, only permutation and combination that we are going to learn here. Budget methodologies is another interesting topic. Annual profit plan and supporting schedules. We are going to learn this little deeper with Excel. Here, lot of Excel use is there, which we are going to enjoy. And top level planning and analysis. Broadly, it looks like a very big section, but don't worry. It may look like a big section, but it is not so big. Each of these topics will take maximum of 1 to 2 sessions. Alright, so by the end of 6 to 7 sessions will be done with this section. So looks like a big section, but it is not so big in reality. Right? Excited? 20%. I want all of you to focus so much that we are able to score at least 20%. Yeah. I'm not asking for more. Trust me, I'm not asking for more, but 20% marks we should be able to score in this section with the depth that we are going to cover and dive into each of these topics. I'm sure you are super excited the way I am always with you. Let's get started. Section 5. I'm going to start, topic 5 of section B. I'm going to start with this topic. So what about the previous topic? Do we need to have those knowledge? Don't worry. No matter which topic or which section we start, I will ensure that all the back knowledge that you have, I'm going to give you right here, right now. Annual profit plan and supporting schedule. First, let's go back to the basics of it. Basics to understand this topic a little better. Now, you want to do things better. To do things better, the first thing that you need to have is skills, right? All of you agree? You need to have the right skills. Second, you need to have experience, because experience makes things, it enables you to do things better, right? How do you get experience? Experience comes from the past. Experience comes from the past. You have done something in the past through which you have learned something. That learning becomes your experience to plan better for the future. All of you agree? Exactly, this is what we are going to talk about. Remember, there are 3 stages. First is planning. We plan something. We want to launch a product, we want to produce a product, we want to sell a product. So, first stage is planning. After planning is generally detailed. After that, we need to know how much funds we want to invest, how much money it is going to take, what is the entire process that we are going to follow to accomplish our plan. So this makes way for budget. Remember, if we are doing budget for the first year, it is going to be real complicated process because we don't have any experience. But if we are doing budgeting for year 2, year 3, year 4, we are going to use a lot of experience from the past, which is going to help us do planning or do budgeting more properly, more appropriately. Example, you have joined a new office. You have joined a new office which is 10 kilometers far. There is no Google map. Imagine there is no Google map. You have joined an office which is 10 kilometers far. Now, do you know how much time is it going to take to reach office because you are going for the first time? Answer is no. You will be little confused. You don't want to take any chance on the first day, so you may leave home 2 hours in advance. Why? Because you don't have any past data to plan for the future. But you went 2 hours early, but you reached just in 1 hour. Next day, when you are leaving for office, are you going to leave 2 hours early or are you going to leave 1 hour in advance? What do you tell? 2 hours early or are you going to leave 1 hour in advance? So all of you would agree you will leave 1 hour in advance. Agreed? How did you know that it is 1 hour in advance? Because you use the previous day data to plan the next day. Agreed? Now, exactly, the company does this. Company uses all the past data, company uses all the past experience to plan for the future. So all the budgets that we prepare except for year 1, remember, all the budgets that we prepare except for year 1 is always based on past experiences, based on past data. Sir, why not for year 1? For year 1, we don't have past data, right? We are just born. We don't have past data. So we prepare it very extensively based on our own experiences rather than experience with this particular business or with this particular company. Agreed? Now, once budget is done, then at the end of the year, what happens? At the end of the year, we get actual data. We get actual data. What do? We compare this budgeted data with actual data to understand whether we did a good job or whether we did a bad job. This entire analysis is covered in a separate topic called variance analysis. This is a complicated topic where we do variance analysis to find out whether we did a good job or a bad job. You may ask me, why are we doing this analysis, whether we did a good job or a bad job? First, answer number 1, we want to investigate or identify the reasons why something became really good or why something actually did not turn out to be good. We need to know those reasons. Why? Because we need to fix those reasons. Unless we know the reason, for example, I wrote awesome in the exam but I failed. I need to know what went wrong, because unless I know what went wrong, I'm not going to fix that problem. And unless I fix that problem, next exam most likely is going to give me similar results, similar failure. So I need to know what went wrong, where did I go, or where is my weaker area. Exactly. Basically, in simple words, actionable insights. Very good. A lot of students keep giving me very interesting words which I keep using. So actionable, credit to you. All right, credit to you. So these are actionable insights. Basically, these are information on which I am going to base my decisions, base my actions, base my corrective steps. Is it making sense? So this is the entire gamut what we are going to learn here in management accounting. For now, we are going to focus more on budgeting. We are not going to focus on actual data. Now, how does budget look like? Imagine if I want to compare two things. If I want to compare an apple to what? What should I compare an apple to? So naturally, if I want to make a fair comparison, I should compare an apple to an apple only. Agreed? Then only comparison will make sense. If I'm comparing an apple to a citrus fruit or an orange and say apple is sweet, orange is not sweet, of course, orange has a different, different properties, different taste, different, everything is different, right? So it's not going to make much sense. Exactly. All of you know how does actual data look like. Example, all of you know how does a trading account look like. Can I assume all of you know? In case you know, good, let me know yes. In case you do not know, let me know I do not know. Don't worry, I'm going to use this data to plan for you better. All right, to plan for you better, to see how many of you actually need very in-depth basic classes. Don't worry, in case you say no, don't worry, I'm going to fix this problem with you. So for now, okay, I got something. So trading account you do not know. Awesome. All of you know P&L account. P&L account. Do you know? Okay, let me ask those guys who do not know. Let me know no in the comment section. So write no. P&L account. Okay, fine. So you know trading account, you know P&L account. There are many who do not know trading and P&L account. Do not worry. I'm going to fix this problem in the basic classes when I take you through the complete basics of it. Now understand, when a company wants to ascertain whether the company has done a good job or a bad job, overall, not minuscule, not each activity wise, overall company has done a good job or a bad job, company prepares profit and loss account, which we also call it as income statement. Income statement is prepared to ascertain net profit of the company or net loss of the company. Based on net profit or net loss, company identifies whether the year gone by was actually good for the company or was actually not good for the company, based on whether company earned profit or company suffered losses. Fine. So what does income statement tell you? Income statement talks about financial performance of the company for a particular period. Agreed? Now, many of you must be aware, how does income statement look like? So in a normal trading and P&L account, in normal trading and P&L account, all of you have seen two material, right, or two purchases, material, two purchases, then you have seen two wages, right, then you have seen, I'm merging trading and P&L account together, all expenses I'm showing it together. So you have seen salaries, you have seen two admin expenses, you have seen so many other type of expenses, and you have also seen by sales or revenue, and here by closing stock. Now don't you think when the company has spent money, when the company has spent each dollar, there should be some kind of a planning for each dollar that the company has spent, or without planning, without any kind of budgeting, just like that I feel like spending and I spend the way I want. Is it my money? No, it is not my money. It is shareholders' money. But who is running the company? Are shareholders running the company? Answer is no. Board of directors are running the company, right? So is it board of directors money? Answer is no, it is not board of directors money. It is shareholders money. So don't you think any money that the board of directors is spending, board of directors should properly plan? Answer is yes. But what board of directors do? Board of directors actually don't plan. Board of directors supervise. Remember, board of directors don't plan things. Board of directors supervise, or what you can call it, oversee the company's activity to see if they are happening in the best interest of the shareholders. So board of directors is a bridge between the shareholders and company's executives. Who are executives? Those who execute the vision of the board of directors, who execute the objective of the company. Who can be executive? A CEO of the company is an executive of the company, because they have the executive power. Executive power means they can execute things. They can make things actually happen. Board of directors don't make things actually happen. They give direction. They oversee. They supervise. But they are not the one who is working on the floor. Alright. So CEO of the company, CFO of the company, they are executives of the company who have decision making power, who have executive powers also. Now, since they are spending shareholders' money, don't you think they should take permission from the board of directors of the company? They should take permission from the board of directors before they spend money. If you find it very complicated, let me talk about it differently. The government of India spends money. Is it government's own money? Is Prime Minister from his political party fund spending money? Is any ruling party, Congress, BJP, AAP, are they spending their party fund money? No, they are spending our money. When they are spending our money, don't you think they have to plan and tell us where our money is going? Answer is yes. Where do they plan? They plan and present a budget in the parliament. They plan and present a budget in the parliament. Only when the budget is presented in the parliament for each activity, then only the government gets the power. The government gets the power to spend that money. The government gets the power to spend that money. Without presenting a particular item in the budget, presenting that item in the parliament, government cannot spend that money. Even if they have to make the biggest statue in the world, they cannot make without presenting in the parliament, because it's not government's money, it's public money. Exactly in same line, CEO, CFO, CEO of the company cannot spend money because it's not their money. They have to get it approved. By whom? They have to get it approved by the board of directors. So board of directors will approve the budget of the company. Now, will budget be presented for every item that the company wants to spend money on? Answer is yes, exactly. Every money that the company wants to spend, the budget has to specify this. Not just specify, it has to quantify it, because approval has to be quantified. How much money do you need? That money has to be quantified and presented to the board of directors for approval. Now, you may ask me, sir, in emergency situation, something out of box, something has happened, can the company spend that money? Answer is, in extreme circumstances, yes, we can spend the money, but that expenditure has to be ratified by the board, or that expenditure has to be presented to the next board meeting. But if that expenditure is very substantial, then emergency board meeting will be called. Emergency board meeting will be called, and in that meeting it will be presented to take approval, because huge amount of money has to be spent by the company. All right, I am using the word emergency board meeting. In technicality, we don't call it emergency board meeting, we call it extraordinary board meeting, right? Fine. Got the context? Clear? Importance of budget? Very good. Now, in reality, we are spending money for wages. Keep answering my question. In reality, we are spending money for wages. So, don't you think we should make budget for wages? Yes or no? We should make budget for wages? Yes or no? In reality, we are spending money on salaries. So, should we make a budget for salaries also and get it approved? Answer is yes, we have to make budget for salaries and get it approved. In reality, we are estimating how much sales we are going to do. Alright, so in a budget, should we tell the board of directors that this is our projected or budgeted sales for the year, and take their feedback whether they are happy with it or whether they are deeply saddened with the forecast? Answer is yes, we have to present even the sales budget, we have to present the production budget, we have to present a budget for everything. Now, if you look at this, are these items regular items? Yes, or very irregular items? These are very regular items. We call it operating activities. Remember, I assume in all my classes, I will assume that none of you remember anything that you have studied in the past. This is always going to be my fundamental assumption. So if you think of it that, sir, these are so basic, why are you going so deeper? Please remember, in the best interest of everybody, I am always going to presume that you do not remember anything. You must have learned a lot of things, but remembering all of them together, recollecting everything at once may be a challenge. That presumption I am always going to have. So I'm assuming you do not remember everything. Am I fine? If you feel no, presumption is not good, let me know. Write there no, write there yes. I will change my assumption accordingly. So since they are so regular, we call it operating activities of the company. Fine. Operating activities of the company means, what is operating? The whole objective why I am incorporated. The whole objective why I am incorporated is doing regular business, buying, selling, paying salary, paying wages, so that company functions efficiently. Agreed? So don't you think the company does not spend money only on all these, but also spends money in a lot of other activities? Do you agree? For example, buying a machinery. Does the company spend money on this? Is it regular? Every year I have to buy big machinery. Every year I have to buy building. Every year I have to buy land. Every year I need to issue debentures. Answer is no. These are not regular routine activities. But don't you think lot of money goes into these activities? Don't you think long-term planning needs to be done for these activities? Answer is yes. Long-term planning needs to be done for these activities. So my entire budgeting can be divided into broadly two levels. One is regular operating activities, we call it OPEX budget, and what we call it as CAPEX budget. All right, OPEX budget and CAPEX budget. What is CAPEX? Capital expenditure. This X has nothing to do with your X. All right, so this is called capital expenditure, and this is called operating expenditure. Your X is not operating, so you will not have this expenditure. Think like this. Your X is not operating, so you will not have this expenditure, right? Fine. So CAPEX, OPEX understood, budgeting understood. So every item that we spend money, every item that generates revenue, every long-term planning that the company does, every penny that the company needs for its long-term planning, long-term investment, long-term funding also we do budgeting. That over a period of time, how much money we are going to raise funds, which source we are going to raise funds, how much will be my cost of capital, where are we going to get this money, what are the things that I need to do today so that I get money on time. All that forms part of your budgeting. All right, so I hope all of you have understood the entire gamut of budgeting, and then we are going deeper into this topic. Can I have a yes or no, guys? Let me know a small yes, little bigger yes, very big yes, based on how much is your understanding. You understood perfectly, big yes. All right, awesome, very good. Let's get deeper into the topic. Now, this topic looks at the individual elements that come together. Now, come to the next part. A company may have just one department, or it can have multiple departments. What do you think? Just one department or multiple departments? Of course, it will have multiple departments. Now, if there is a one department manager, and there is one more department manager, are they going to be friends forever with each other, or they may have ego clash? What do you think? Friends forever with each other, or they may have ego clash? So they may have clashes. Agreed? So can they coordinate without a boss? Answer is no, not possible. So what does company do is, company's boss, the CEO or the CFO of the company, ask each department manager, for example, production manager, all right, for example, sales manager, for example, there are so many other different divisions in the company, marketing manager, for example, R&D managers, all right, each department manager, they talk to each department, and he sends an email to each department manager asking them to prepare a budget for their department. each of the department has to prepare their own budget, because each department of the company is either going to spend money or going to earn money or going to do both at the given during the entire year. So what will the CFO do? CFO will send an email and say, oh, hey, year end is coming. Before the beginning of the next year, we need to be ready with the budget. Budget preparation takes a very long time. Approximately 3 months in advance, budget has to be prepared to be presented to the board before the start of the year, right? Each company, based on its size, plans it accordingly. So the CFO, he or she is going to write an email, and each department is going to prepare a budget for this, right? Of course, finance department, CFO is the finance father of the finance, all right? He is only the finance department, right? So each department is going to prepare budget. Don't you think each budget must be integrated to each other? Yes or no? For example, production department should be integrated to sales department, otherwise it is not going to make sense. Sales department should be integrated with the marketing department, otherwise again it is not going to make sense. So why is the CFO at the top of it? Because he is going to ask each one to prepare the budget and then going to create an integration of the entire budget together to form as one unit. This budget, which is a combination of all the budgets prepared by all the departments together, is called master budget. What is it called? It is called master budget. This master budget has every division included in it: purchase, sales, production, marketing, research and development, advertising. Everything under the sun related to that company is included in this master budget, including the operating, including the capital. All right. Why is it called master budget? Because it has incorporated all the different activities, all the different divisions, different departments of the company taken together. So this is one solid budget for the year. What is master budget? It's a combination of all the budgets. Agreed? So what is a master budget? Now, when I talk about budget, answer my question. Budget is a qualitative presentation or a quantitative presentation? I forgot to ask this question. Is it qualitative or is it quantitative? So budget is a quantitative presentation. It is not a qualitative presentation. It cannot be called both. Budget is a quantitative presentation because it carries numbers. Income statement is a qualitative or a quantitative? Income statement. So income statement is a quantitative. So budget also has to be a quantitative presentation of the data. All right. Now in quantitative presentation, or when I'm comparing with income statement is presented in which terms? Is it presented in quantity or is it presented in dollar value? What is it presented in? Quantity or dollar value? So of course, income is always statement is presented in dollar value. So remember, all our budgets, to make it comparable, should also be presented in dollar value. Should also be presented in dollar value. Can every budget be presented in dollar value? Answer is no. But eventually the budget should be linked to dollar value. For example, production budget. Production budget cannot be presented in dollar value because production is about number of units, right? Number of units. But cost of production can be presented in dollar value. Agreed? Number of units produced cannot be presented in dollar value, but cost of production can be presented in dollar value. Number of employees or number of hours of labor that I need cannot be presented in dollar value. But as a finance department, the CFO of the company is interested in how many hours of labor you need or how much dollar you need to be allocated for this work. What am I interested as a finance guy? How many hours or how much amount? If you don't understand, okay, go to your mom one day. Go to your mom as a child. Remember, as a child, you have a dad and you have got a mom, right? So you go to dad and you tell, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this also, I want to buy this also. Mom has agreed Mom has agreed. So you are giving lot of explanation to dad. Eventually dad is working. Eventually what will he ask you? Okay, how many things you are going to buy? Where are you going to buy from? Will he ask all this, or he will just ask you, how much money do you need? Tell me that. How much money do you need? Exactly. So dad is a CFO of the company. Dad is a CFO of the company. He is not interested in how much money. Mom has already approved. Why does he have to poke his nose into it? All right. So he will not ask what, when, where, why. All that mom has done. Due diligence mom has done. So dad is only going to ask you, how much money do you need? That's all. Exactly the same thing as a CFO. I am not interested in how many units production department needs, what product they need. I am not interested. I am interested how much money do you need. So everything eventually in budget has to be converted or demonstrated in dollar value only, because that is one thing that makes sense to the CFO of the company. All right, everything else due diligence will be done by each department heads. CFO is not responsible for how many units is consumed. That is production department manager's job. My job is to only see the overall finance of the company, if that is functioning well. Agreed? All right, fine. Why in dollar value? Why in dollar value? It can be in INR value. If you are confused between dollar and INR, then it can be in INR value. Any value it can be, but it has to be money terms. So from where you get this kind of explanation? Should I tell you from where this kind of explanation? From my X. Who is my X? It is called experience. All right. It is not X. It is not that X. It is my experience. All right. Fine. Chalo. 1 minute break and then we are going to continue. 1 minute break. So that you get to relax. Why break? Because you get to relax. I will show you GLAIM. Don't worry, I'll show you GLAIM today or tomorrow. One class I'll tell you. There are topics which will take just 1 hour, 30 minutes. In that 30 minutes, I'm going to show you entire GLAIM analysis. Don't worry. I will not teach you like SM. I will not, because if the moment I teach you like SM, you are going to sleep. You are going to sleep. SM is a subject. The moment you open, what a sleep you will get. You will get an exciting sleep. If you want better sleep, open information technology. You will sleep. You will not wake up next day also. Sir, I have seen your long haired avatar in Instagram. Looked awesome. That was long back. Now I don't have hair. SM ने ही नींद उड़ाई थी. We will be doing section A. We will be doing basics of accounting. Don't worry about that. We are going to do detailed basics of accounting. We will certainly do it. So please share Instagram link. Instagram link, who shares? Come on, girls share Instagram links. Guys don't have to share Instagram link. You have to search me. I am Irfat. M Irfat, I don't know. My link extension is I am Irfat. Chalo, let's continue. Master budget. What is master budget? Master budget is all the budgets taken together. Broadly, all the budgets taken together can be divided into two parts. Like I said, operating and financing. So master budget is a combination or has two components. One is operating budget, other is financial budget. All right, it is a quantitative projections. quantitative projections of many budgets, of many different budgets: production budget, sales budget, marketing budget, advertising budget, research and development budget, all and many more. All these budgets taken together are presented in a quantifiable numbers together with both operating budget and financial budget. Together we call it master budget. What is operating budget? Let's break it down. Operating budget basically, in other words, just remember, operating budget is every day. Every day. The whole objective of my company is do regular day-to-day business activities. What is something that I do every day? Think of a provision store. Go to a big bazaar. Go to Walmart and check out what is something they are doing every day. So you will see they are doing sales every day. In the back end, they are doing production every day. Yes, they are purchasing material, they are paying labor, they are manufacturing, they have finished goods, and since they are manufacturing, they have cost of goods sold also. So all these, are they doing every day? Answer is yes. That is why these are called operating budget. Remember the names. You don't need to memorize. Just read through the names: sales budget, production budget. How to remember? First, you do sales, and to do sales, you have to do production. To do production, you have to have raw material and you have to have labor, right? Direct labor, and you need to have some indirect cost, right? Which are manufacturing overheads. What are overheads? Indirect cost. What is manufacturing? Indirect cost related to manufacture, right? Since you have manufactured, you will have some opening stock and closing stock of goods which you manufactured, which you did not sell till now, of course. So you will have inventory, all right? You will have cost of inventory, and then you will have your cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold ultimately becomes sales. Will you remember all this? Can I expect you are doing sales, and to do sales, what are you going to do? Very quickly, to do sales, I want sequence. To do sales, you are going to do production. To do production, you need direct material. Then you need direct labor, and you need indirect cost also. Indirect cost, which are called overheads. Which indirect cost? Indirect cost related to sales or related to marketing? No. Here we are talking about production. So indirect cost related to production, which is called production overheads, or it is called manufacturing overheads. Agreed? Then we are going to have inventory, or inventory means closing stock, opening stock. Then we are going to have what? Cost of goods sold. Then we are going to have one last thing. Anyone who says one last thing, you're going to get one virtual chocolate. Are we missing anything? Nobody remembers. Now somebody is shuffling through the book. Finished goods. Finished goods I have already covered here. Selling, general and administration expenses. Okay, fine. Cost of sales, working. Okay, fine. Chalo, done. Broadly, these are the things that you have in operating budget. You will get a question, which of the following is not an operating budget? You will get a question, which of the following is not an operating budget? That's why I made you remember all these sequences. If you remember, good. If you don't remember, don't worry. I will still make you remember at the right time as we grow to the next concept, right? Then there is a non-manufacturing budget. These are not related to manufacture, these are related to something else. But are they part of operating? Answer is yes, but they are not related to manufacture. For example, research and development budget, design budget, marketing budget, distribution budget, customer service budget, administration budget. Remember, they are not related to manufacture, but they are related to operating only, because without this activity, my business cannot run. Without R&D, I will become outdated. Without designing, my product will go out of the market. Without marketing, product cannot be sold. Without proper distribution channel, it will not reach the customer. Without customer service, my customer will not trust me. Without administration, all coordination cannot happen. So all these are very, very critical. All right. Indirect expenses. Yes, you can call it indirect expenses to some extent. Why not? Don't ask me why not. Ask me full question. If you ask me why not, I don't know. What do you mean by why not? You have to ask me full question. Or indirect expenses not related to manufacture. Of course, anything which is not related to manufacture are called not direct expenses. Of course, these are all called indirect expenses. All these budgets culminate to the formation of pro forma or budgeted income statement. What is budgeted income statement? When I'm preparing a budget, I'm preparing budget for material, I'm preparing budget for labor, I'm preparing budget for overheads, I'm preparing for budget for sales, I'm preparing so many budgets, which eventually I want to compare this with actual details, actual sales, actual material, actual labor, actual overheads. So don't you think this actual is my income statement or profit and loss account? Answer is yes. So don't you think if I want to make this comparison proper, this budget should also be prepared like an income statement, so that this and this apple to an apple can be compared, apple to an apple can be compared, yes or no? Yes, apple to an apple can be compared. So I make budget in a fashion that eventually it takes the shape of an income statement. But can it be called an income statement? Answer is no. We call it budgeted income statement. We call it budgeted income statement, or we call it pro forma income statement. Pro forma income statement, which looks like a real income statement, except there are no actual figures. They are all planned or budgeted or estimated figures. Here you have actual material figure. Here you have budgeted material figure. Here you will have actual net profit. Here you will have budgeted net profit. Alright, actual net profit, budgeted net profit. So you can compare these two numbers to see how your plan was and how actual turned out to be. It's like you saw somebody's photo on Instagram. Instagram is IG, no? Yeah, you saw somebody's photo on Instagram and you started imagining. All right, whatever is your imagination is your budget. And then next day, why Instagram? Not Instagram. You did right swipe. You did right swipe. You did left, right. You did finally 2-3 right swipe. Yes, match happened. Perfect match happened. All right, whatever you are feeling, it is budgeted. You go to the next day, you meet the person. You get what? You get actual. Then the moment you get actual, you start comparing. This is what I planned or thought. This is what I got in reality. Right? That is what it is. And your happiness depends upon which is better. Is the variance good variance or is the variance bad variance? For example, you thought, okay, but when you saw, oh wow, this is a good variance. You are excited about it. You thought, wow, you saw, yo, my karma, my bhagya, this is bad variance. Alright, this is bad variance. Every match is not going to give you good variance. You have to be prepared for that. Understood? All those people who have done matching are thinking, are imagining what happened in their last encounter. Sir, how do you know match? I don't stay under the rock. I have people whom I know, right? So, just because I don't use it, that does not mean I should not know it. I have never been to Japan, but where is Japan? I know. Yeah, this is called theoretical knowledge. Next one, financing budget or financial budget. We are going to spend so much money. Long term, we need money, right? Long term, we need money. So we do budgeting for capital. We do budgeting for projected, some kind of a projected cash disbursement schedule is there. For example, we have to pay EMI, we have to pay loan EMI, all those are projected cash disbursement. We have to reimburse the debentures or redeem the debentures at a particular date. So projected cash disbursement schedule. Then we have a projected cash collection. All right, our policy is maturing, our investment is maturing, our fixed deposit is maturing on a particular day. So projected cash collection schedule, cash budget, pro forma balance sheet, pro forma statement of cash flow. Can we also prepare pro forma income statement? Answer is why not? Pro forma income statement. All right. Are we going to learn how to prepare pro forma balance sheet, pro forma statement of cash flow and pro forma income statement? Answer is yes, we are going to see a good glimpse of all of these. Alright, so all these are going to be covered here. Next, operating budget. Let's get into each one of this. Now, my question to you is, do you want to learn all this theoretically, practically, or both? Okay, both I am not giving that option. Both, let me take that option from you. Theoretically, both is not the option. Theoretically, practically, conceptually. Okay, let me ask this more clearly. Theoretically, practically, conceptually, what do you want? Theoretical, practical, conceptual. Okay, fine. Very good. So, P and C. What is P and C? PC Sarkar, huh? Alright, fine. I got it. Alright. Some of my jokes are very regional jokes. People belonging to those regions will understand. Alright. So those of you who do not understand, it's okay. Some jokes belong to Kerala, some jokes belong to Tamil Nadu, some jokes belong to Kolkata. Like each of the places that I have traveled, I pick one story from there which becomes joke, right? So if you don't understand, it's okay. Don't pressurize yourself. Fine. What about Dubai? I have not traveled to Dubai till now. Please book my ticket. Please book my ticket once. One way also, if you book, the second way I will book for myself. Huh? Just one side you book, other side I will take care. Fine. Now, Qatar also, one side you book, other side I will take care. Trust me, other side I will take care. Chalo, let's continue. Kerala, I will book both sides. I will only book both sides. What will you book Kerala ticket? Chalo, let's come back to this. First, understand concept. I talked about so many different departments. Listen to this very carefully. I talked about so many different departments, and I told you one CEO has to be there where all these budgets has to be integrated to each other. Then only a master budget can be created. Made sense? Very good. Now, unless we understand this integration and flow of data properly, we are not going to understand the entire budget formulation process. Understand or consolidation of the budget, right? See, in the previous chapter, we are going to learn something called forecast. All right, we are going to learn something called forecast. Agreed? Now, forecasting means forecasting particularly of what? So, forecasting, what is one thing that I should know first before I begin anything? What is one thing in the entire budget? What is one thing that is most critical that I should know? One thing that is most critical that I should know. So, one thing in the entire budget, so many budget names we have learned. One thing that I should know is sales. If sales is properly forecasted, then everything else can be properly planned. You will ask me, sir, why are we using the word forecast? Why are we not using the word budget sales? Remember, budget can be done for some things, for things which I know with certain degree of precision. Forecasting is a very complex exercise because it depends a lot on market factors. So we use a lot of statistical tools to ascertain what could be a possible sales figure. Lot of tools we use to forecast, to predict the sales. Why do we forecast? Why do we use so much statistical tools to forecast and try to ascertain as close a figure as possible? Because all the other budgets or everything else in the company directly or indirectly revolves around what? Revolves around sales. Sir, explain. Let me tell you. Based on the forecast, based on the management forecast using so many statistical tools, company ascertain that we are going to sell 100,000 units. All right, I've taken a small number. You want a bigger number? Okay, 1 million units. All right, the company has forecasted that we are going to sell 1 million units. All right, now at what selling price? At suppose $100. Number is becoming very big, so focus on this number here, right? So at $100, what is this? This is the selling price and this is the forecasted number of units that we are going to produce. Done. So this is my sales forecast. Sir, you told me forecast has to be in dollars. Yes, at the rate of $100. Fine. Eventually you want to look at these numbers. So fine. So 100 and keep putting 0. Keep putting 0. This is my sales forecast. Fine. Looking at beautiful number. Yes, that's a big number. So based on 100,000 or based on 1 million units, what is the second thing that the company has to plan? So once we know how many units we are going to produce, I'm taking a smaller number because bigger number will confuse you. You have to keep answering. I am not telling anything. You have to keep answering. So get ready to answer. All right, get ready to answer. Once I know the sales thing, what is the next thing that I should do? I should buy raw material or I should plan production. What should I do? Buy raw materials or plan production? So first thing, I will plan production. I want answer from every one of you. If you answer this correctly, your entire topic is done. Just based on next 10 minutes of discussion. So we are going to plan our production. Awesome. Now I am in the first year of business. I have planned to sell 100,000 units. Next one, how many units should I plan to produce? So I should plan to produce 100,000 units. All right, keep answering very quickly. I want competition in answering. Don't look at other answers. You give your answers. So we plan to produce 100,000 units. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Now, to manufacture each item, I need 5 kgs of raw material. So before production or after production plan, what is the next plan I should do? So I need to do raw material purchase plan, right? I need to do raw material purchase plan. No, I need to do raw material consumption plan. How much raw material will I be consuming? So I am doing consumption, not purchase. First I need to know consumption, then I will do purchase. First you need to know how much you want to eat. Then you order one gobi Manchurian, one plate, one more 2 plate idli and one vada. So based on how much you want to eat, you plan what to purchase, right? You don't plan, okay, let me purchase, then I will see how much I can eat. No, we don't do like that. Agreed? So first we do raw material or consumption budget. Very good. Now we have understood this much we are going to consume. How much we are going to consume? 100,000 into 5. So 500,000 we are going to consume. Agreed? Now, once you know consumption, what is the next thing you plan? So once you know how much you are going to consume, the next thing you plan is purchase. Right? Agreed? Now, you are going to purchase how much? 500,000 you are going to purchase. Why? Because you are in the first year of business, right? You are in the first year of business. Awesome. Very good. Now, next thing, once I know that I have to purchase 500,000, can I go to the CFO and tell I want to purchase 500,000 kgs of raw material? No, I cannot go to the CFO. He'll say, nonsense. So what will he ask you? How much labor? We are not going to labor now. How much money do you need? So you need to know what is the cost per unit. Suppose cost per unit is $10. So eventually you are going to convert this budget into what terms? You are going to convert this budget into dollar terms, and you need $5 million. This is your purchase budget, and this is the amount which is going to reflect in your pro forma income statement. This is the amount that is presented to the CFO for approval. CFO will not approve. CFO will present it to the board of directors. Board of directors approves the budgets. We have not gone into overheads. I am concentrating primarily on raw material. We'll go to labor also. We'll go to overheads also at the right time, but not now. If I mix everything together, it will become chow chow bhat. You know kesari bhat, and then you know kara bhat. If you mix kesari bhat and kara bhat and put sambar and put chutney, it will become chow chow bhat. All right. Yeah, no, not chole bhature. It will become chow chow bhat. Sir, what is chow chow bhat? Come to Karnataka. I will show you. Bill is on me. Bill is on me for entire chow chow bhat. Alright. So, if I mix overheads also, labor also, everything, you will not understand. Focus one thing at a time. Can I have a yes or no, guys? If you understood so far, yes or no? Can I have an exclusive yes or no from all those guys who have just joined me today? Alright, fine. Little yes also I got to see, but don't worry, I will make it big yes. Alright, I'll make it a big yes. Alright, fine, good. Now, focus little more. I want little more focus. Little more focus. Fine. For example, let's move this. I want to produce 100,000. I want to produce 100,000. Agreed? Don't worry. Whatever you have not understood, don't worry. We are not done. I will make you understand. Now, you want to sell 100,000. You want to sell 100,000. Remember? So, how much should you produce? How much should you produce? All of you said 100,000. Fine. But I already have 10,000 as my opening stock. I already have 10,000 as my opening stock. Then how much should I produce? I should produce how much? I already have 10,000. So I should produce 90,000. Awesome. I should produce 90,000. But at the end of the year, I want to keep 20,000 as stock. 20,000 as stock. Then how much should I produce? Should I produce 90 or should I produce more 20,000? So I should produce more 20,000. So how much should I produce? So I should produce 110,000. All of you are using some formula. I did not teach the formula. You are cost accountant without me. I am just trying to guide your knowledge in a very arranged manner. You all know these concepts. I am just going to guide your knowledge. So if I have an opening stock, my production will be 90. If I want to maintain a closing stock of 20,000, my production has to be 110,000. Now, if my production has to be 110,000, then my consumption should be how much? Very quickly, my consumption should be how much? So my consumption should be, remember I told you 5 kg per unit I require. 5 kg per unit. So my consumption will be $550,000. $550,000. All of you agree? Yes, no? Fine. So agreed. So if my not dollars, kgs. Sorry. If you have not understood, no problem. We will go to question. Again, I will explain. For those of you who are finding it little challenging. Fine. If my consumption has to be 550,000 kg, how much should my purchase be now? How much should my purchase be now? So my purchase should be $550,000. Awesome. Very good. You are just doing amazing. But I already have $50,000 in my opening stock. Then how much should my purchase be? I already have 50,000 kgs in my opening stock. Then how much purchases should be? So my purchases should only be 500,000 kgs. Awesome. Very good. Very good. I want to have 25,000 kgs in my closing stock. I want to have. Then how much should my purchases be? How much should my purchases be? So my purchases should be whatever I want in closing stock. I should increase my purchases. So it should be 525,000. So if my purchases has to be 525,000, how much should be my purchase budget? My purchase budget. My purchase budget has to be $5,250,000. $5,250,000. I hope all of you have understood. Sir, how will I remember all this? Memory is my job. Everything that you have to remember is my job. What is your job? Try to forget. Keep trying to forget. That is your job. Alright? How to try to forget? Sir taught me sales budget. Sales budget is this. Let me try to forget. Sir taught me production budget. Production budget. Revise it and then tell yourself, I am trying to forget. I am trying to forget. It's like you have got an X. You are trying to forget. The more you try to forget, I will forget Shilpa. I will forget Shilpa. She was horribly, but she was my still. I will forget you. I will forget her. Like that, are you able to forget her? No, na. This also you try. This also you try. You will not be able to forget. Alright. Why are you not able to forget, Shakila? Why? Any logic? Why are you not able to forget? The logic is simple. She has got into your heart. Any concept, even if it is Shakila, if she goes into your heart, it is difficult to take it out from the heart. Exactly same way, if the concept has not got into brain but into heart, it will be hard to take out from your heart. Try it. You have to take the concept not to your brain but to your heart. It will be difficult to take it out. How will it go to heart? Shakila went to heart only when you started enjoying her company. Only when every moment spent with her was fun for you. Then only she went into heart. Exactly in the same way, if you enjoy every class with me, the concept will go into heart. If you force yourself, I have a class, I have to come, I don't want to, but I have to, concept will not go into heart. It will go down the drain. Your 2 hours will get wasted. So, focus. I will ensure that every concept goes into your heart, sits there forever for the rest of your life. I want you to just positively come to the class. I will ensure that you fall in love with everything that we learn today. But, you met Shakila first time, you fell in love? No. You met Shakila first time, her feeling went into brain. You met her once more, you met her once more, you met her once more, you met her once more. The emotion sank and came into heart. Slowly, the process is slow. One day you met, next day, no. Next day it is still in the mind. Slowly it goes into heart. Exactly the same way I taught you, it is going to go to heart. No, you have to revise once more. The concept will flow into heart. If you don't revise, the thought is in the brain. It is very hot outside. You will go in the sun, brain will take away, the sun will take away all your concept. Next day it will be hollow, you cannot revise. You have to revise because sun cannot take anything from your heart. But it can take from your brain, it's very hot. So revision is the key. That's it. If Sheila is getting into heart, because you met her, you spend time with her. Exactly same thing you have to do with your studies. You have to love it. You have to fall in love. Emotion I will create. You just have to be ready. You just have to tell, I am single. I am ready to mingle. That's a very bad old style. But yes, you have to just tell yourself, I am in for a new relationship, for a beautiful relationship. I am in. That's it. Rest I will take care. Come on. Understood? Now, those of you who did not understand how are we getting this number, don't worry. I will give you a formula. But all of you have understood concept. All of you have understood concept. Now, more concept you want, or you want to do some question? You want to do some question first, or you want a little more concept? What do you say? Question, concept. Oh, break you want? Okay, fine. Chalo, 2 minutes break and then we are going to start. 2 minutes break and then we are going to start. Alright, I got it. We'll do some questions and then we'll come back to more concepts. We'll do questions. 2 minutes break. During the break, what do? During the break, we talk something interesting, exciting, something motivating. We talk all that. Yes. Tell me something exciting, interesting, motivating. Motivate me. Ragging new freshers. Please explain. During the break, we don't talk. I will explain you consumption. Through question, I will explain you. Why did Shakila become a thing? Shakila is not a thing. Shakila is an emotion. Are you eagerly waiting for KGF 2? I don't watch movies actually. When I will take a session about essay questions, I will talk about essay question. Why are you so worried about batch end? Huh? Why? So you are overflowing with motivation and it is contagious. You should enjoy that, something contagious which you can enjoy. Gautam Adani, now 6th richest in the world. Very good. Keep looting India. And no, not looting in real sense, just kidding. What do you do in spare time? I work. Sir, what do you do after work? I sleep. Sir, what do you do after sleep? I teach. So what do you do after teaching? I ride. Will you be taking session on GLAME? I had taken one session on GLAME. You must have bunked that class. I'm sure you must have bunked that class. Any books on motivation? Ride on what? Ride my, which bike do I have? I have a Royal Enfield Interceptor. I have a Royal Enfield Interceptor. What are your hobbies? What is my hobby? I used to play volleyball. Now I can't play volleyball. Teaching is my hobby. Yes. Teaching is my hobby. Angel investing, I am getting some projects to invest money. I am still analyzing those projects, if I should be investing. When you will get recorded lectures on your laptop, please contact the support team. Did you go to Ladakh on your Interceptor? No. After this course, we will go on a bike tour. I am in for it. All those guys who are from Bangalore, we can definitely go on a bike tour. Definitely. Going to Ladakh is also my dream. I don't know when will it be done. After my retirement, I will, like this, I will go to Ladakh. Z900 bike, wow. Will host flag of NSA in Ladakh. Wow, very good. Chalo, let's continue. So, all of you, tell me which is the first budget that we prepare in the whole thing. Which is the first thing that we ascertain? What is the first budget that we prepare? So, the first budget that we prepare, yes, is the sales budget. Awesome. What is the last budget that we prepare? Last budget that we prepare. No, not cost. No. We prepare cash budget. Last budget is cash budget. Ultimately, whatever we are going to purchase has to be converted into cash, right? So this is, and that will go to cash budget. So first budget is the sales budget. and the last budget is the cash budget, right? Very good, you remember. So the sales budget is the first budget because that is ascertained through lot of figures. If sales budget estimation is not right, production budget will become wrong, and all the budgets which are dependent on production budget will also become wrong. All right, next budget that we prepare is production budget. What all do we prepare? So we prepare raw material purchase budget, direct material budget, factory overhead budget. We have so far discussed only raw material budget. We have not discussed these two. It's okay, we are going to talk about it. What is zero based budget? I will talk about it a little later. Direct material consumption budget. Do you remember consumption budget? For example, I want to produce 10,000 units. All right, I want to produce 10,000 units. To produce 10,000 units, all right, I need X also, I need Y also, I need Z also. So I need to prepare consumption budget of this and this. How? We will take a question and then we are going to prepare raw material purchase budget. All these formula you don't have to memorize. I am going to teach all these formulas practically through a question. All right, overhead budget, all these we are going to learn through formula. Expense budget, cost of goods sold budget, all that we are going to do a question. Let's jump into a question and then learn to prepare. Once we have understood all that, then we are going to come back to little more budgeting. All right, let's jump into question and then prepare some budgets today. So CSQ1 you can leave for now. Let's go to some interesting question. How about CSQ2? Can we prepare this budget today? A company is engaged in manufacturing of two products. Let's concentrate. I want full focus in this question. A company is engaged in the manufacturing of two products, X and Y. Product X uses 1 unit of component P. 1 unit of component P and 2 units of component Q. In simple words, there is one product called X, there is one product called Y. Product means what? Product means finished goods which I am dealing in, right? To make 1 unit of product X, I need raw material. I need what? I need raw material P and Q. And question has told that it needs 1 unit of component P. Component P means raw material. So 1 unit, and I need 2 units of component Q. Agreed? Fine. Next, I want to make product Y. Product Y means finished goods Y, right? To make product Y, I need 2 units of component P. So 2 units of component P, right? I'm writing component P 2 units, and I need 3 units of component Q. Fine. So component Q, I need 3 units. Agreed? This is for product Y. So far clear? Awesome. Now, component P and Q are purchased from the market. The company has prepared the following forecast of sales and inventory. Sales and inventory. So company has forecasted that it will be able to sell 80,000 units of product X and 150,000 units of product Y. And at the end of the year, remember, heading is product, means all these details are for product X, all these details are for product Y. At the end of the year, 10,000 units will be their end, and at the beginning of the year, 30,000 units are there. Here at the end of the year, 20,000, and at the beginning of the year, 50,000. The production of both the products will be spread out uniformly throughout the year, means on an average production will be averagely or evenly spread out, means average production units will be same month on month. Prepare a budget for production and consumption of the components during the year. So we need to prepare a production budget, we need to prepare a consumption budget. Now first, to prepare a consumption budget, what do I need? Very quickly, to prepare a consumption budget, what do I need? So to prepare a consumption budget, I need to know production budget. Very good. And to prepare a production budget, I need to know what? To prepare a production budget, I need to know what? So to prepare a production budget, I need to know sales budget. All right, very good. Sequence has to be understood. Sequence has to be understood. Very good. So I want all of you to note down this working note, and then we are going to get into the question. So first one, preparation of sales budget. Do we need to prepare sales budget? Answer is no. We don't need to prepare sales budget because it is already given. How much is the sales budget? So 80,000 and 150,000. So product X and product Y. I want full focus now, guys. How much? So 80,000 and 150,000. Without sales budget, I cannot go to the next budget. So this one A I have done. I have done this. Next budget, production budget. So preparation of production budget. Preparation of production budget. So X and Y. Answer my question. X is what? Raw material or finished goods? What is X? So X are finished goods. So both are finished goods. Both are finished goods. So fine. These are finished goods. Awesome. Very good. So to prepare production budget, I need, what is the first thing that I need? What is the first thing I need? I need sales budget. So first thing is sales budget. I have already got sales budget 80,000 and 150,000. All right. Now I will break the question and ask you two information. Now I want to ensure that these many units, should be my closing stock. Listen to me carefully. Don't jump into answer. I want to ensure that 10,000 and 20,000, 10,000 and 20,000 units should be left at the year end after we have sold everything. 10,000 should be left at the year end after we have sold everything. So question is, there is no opening stock. Forget opening stock. Now tell me, how many units should we produce? Because at the end we want 10,000. So we should produce 90,000 units. Agreed? Here, how many units should we produce? So we should produce 170,000 units. Agreed? All of you agreed? Formula, do you want to remember the formula? So remember sales, what we have done? We have added closing stock. We have added closing stock. Common sense will tell you formula. We don't need to memorize formula. Common sense will tell you. Sir, how to remember that? I will tell you. First use common sense. Fine. So we need to produce 170, 90 and 170. Agreed. Fine. Now, at the beginning of the year, we had 30,000. Fine. At the beginning of the year, we had 30,000 already we already have 30,000. Then how much should we produce? So we should produce 60,000. Agreed? We already have 30. Then how much should we produce? 60. Here we already have 50,000 with us. 50,000 with us. Then how much should we produce? So we should produce 120,000. I want everyone to participate in the comment section. I want an answer from each one of you. So we should produce 120,000. All of you understood this. Now let's look at formula. So sales add closing stock less opening stock. Remember SCO. SC S for Supreme, C for Court. So Supreme plus Court is Supreme Court. So just remember SC. S plus C we do. Sales plus closing stock we do. And then what is left? Whatever is left is minus only. So SCO, I want all of you to remember the sequence. Or if you want to remember more, just remember SCOP. Alright. Sales plus closing stock minus opening stock, you get what? You get production budget. You get production budget. Will you remember this? SCOP, sales plus closing stock minus opening stock. What do you get? You get production budget. All of you got production budget? Can I have a yes or no? Anyone who had not understood it earlier, have you understood now? Awesome. Awesome. So you have got the production budget. What is the next budget that you need to get? What is the next budget that you need to get? So we need to calculate raw material consumption budget. Consumption budget. We need to calculate raw material consumption budget. So now answer my question. We were writing sales. So we wrote finished goods, right? We wrote finished good X, finished goods Y. We were writing production. Production of what? Finished goods only. So we wrote X and Y. We are talking about raw material consumption budget. So we should write X and Y, or we should write P and Q. What should we write? X and Y on the header, or P and Q on the header? So on the header it should be P and Q. P and Q, and on top these are raw material. Very good, awesome. Very good, awesome. Now, to know how much we are going to consume, what is the first thing that you should know? What is the first thing that you should know? So you should know how much you are going to produce. So you have to know production budget. Awesome, very good. You have to know production budget. Awesome, very good. Production budget means finished goods, right? So X and Y. X and Y. Now question is, how many units of X or how many units of Y you are going to produce? Alright, so how many units of X? First tell me how many units of X and how many units of Y you are going to produce. So first is 60,000 units of X and 120,000 units of Y. Alright, 60,000 units of X and 150,000 units of Y. Fine. Now forget this. Forget 60,000 and forget this 120,000 for now. Answer my question. To make 1 unit of X, just 1 unit of X, what all raw material do you need? So to make 1 unit of X, I need P and I need Q. And I need 1 unit of P and 2 units of Q. Do you agree? So to make 1 unit of X, I need 1 unit of P and 2 units of Q. Do you agree? Yes or no? Awesome. Similarly, to make 1 unit of Y, I need 2 units of P and 3 units of Q. Do you agree? 2 units of P and 3 units of Q. Fine. So to make 1 unit of Y, I need 2 units of P and 3 units of Q. 100% clear? Now, if I want to make 2 units of X, I will need 1 into 2 and 2 into 2. Yes or no? If I want 5 units of X, then I will do 1 into 5, 5 units, and 2 into 5. Simple mathematics. Similarly, if I want 60,000 units of X, then I should do 1 into 60,000 and 2 into 60,000. Agreed? Yes or no? Are you able to understand this mathematics? Very basic. Similarly, if I want 120,000 units of Y, then I should do 2 into 120,000 units and 3 into 120,000 units. Agreed? So, how much P and Q do we need? No, we don't need P and Q. We need P separately and Q separately. Agreed? We don't need P and Q. We need P separately, P details separately, and Q details separately, because both are different raw material. We can't mix together, right? So how much P do we need? So 60,000 units of P and 240,000 units of Q. So in total we need 300,000 units of P and 120,000 and 360,000. So this is 480,000 units of Q. Agreed? So this is my consumption budget. This is my consumption budget. Can I have a small yes, 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 or big yes? Howsoever you have understood, give me that yes. No, no, not that big yes. 2-3 lines of yes you have given me. Consumption means how much raw material you are going to consume in the process of production. How much raw material you are going to consume in the process of production. Give the order of budgets. First is sales budget, then production budget, then consumption budget, then purchase budget, then cash budget. Don't worry, we will do more questions. We are just warming up. We'll do more questions. So first sales budget, then we do production budget, then we do consumption budget, then we'll do purchase budget. Alright, purchase budget. Can we jump into the next question? Little more detailed question, little more complicated. Can we do that? Yes or no? Or you want 1 minute break? Break or continue? Alright. Fine. 1 minute break. One small kutti break in case any of you have question. 1 small minute kutti break. Konjam break. Then we'll continue. Kutti is which language? It is Tamil also. It is Malayalam also. Lola Kutti. Do you know that character? Chinna break. Yes. Datto is having some South Indian girlfriend, I think. तुम्हारे पास है की South Indian girlfriend? Many questions, answers are not given. I will put it. Where I am right now, I am in my studio. Please prepare sales budget. How can I prepare sales budget? Sales budget always has to be given. Sales budget cannot be prepared. Sales has to be forecasted. How can sales budget be prepared? Sales budget is forecasted. So when will the registration starting? This week. This week. Chalo, let's continue. CSQ 3. CSQ 3. Like every batch starts from new section. Every batch starts from new section. Alright. And this is the first class of this section. Prepare a production budget, material usage budget, purchase budget from the following data for the month. So we need to prepare production budget, material usage budget, purchase budget from the following data. Particulars, product A. Product A means what? Is it finished goods, raw material? Finished goods or raw material? So product means finished goods. Product B, finished goods. Okay, very good. So sales budget is already given. How did the company ascertain sales budget? Forecasting. Forecasting. We are going to learn this chapter. Forecasting techniques. Material consumption budget is given. So to make 1 unit of P, company needs 2 kgs of raw material. To make 1 unit of P, company needs 4 kg of raw material. Similarly, to make 1 unit of A, company needs 2 kg of raw material P. Sorry, I missed it. To make 1 unit of A, company needs 2 kg of raw material P. Similarly, to make 1 unit of B, company needs 4 kg of raw material P. Agreed? Similarly, to make 1 unit of A, company needs raw material Q. How much? 3.125. Similarly, to make 1 unit of B, company needs P also, company needs Q also. So, I can make a flow chart. B, I need P and Q. How much P? 4 kg. And how much Q? 1 kg. Similarly, to make A, I need 2 raw material P and Q. How much P? 2 kg. How much Q? 3.125 kg. Fine? Comfortable? So far clear? Good. Stock of purchase and material is given. Alright. So, first one, product A, product B. Answer my question. This is opening stock of raw material or opening stock of finished goods? What is this stock? Opening stock of raw material or finished goods? Answer is this is opening stock of finished goods. Very good. This is opening stock of raw material or opening stock of finished goods? This is opening stock of raw material. So you have to remember both the difference. Similarly, this is closing stock of finished goods, closing stock of finished goods. Closing stock of raw material is not given. Closing stock is not given. No problem. We'll find out. The company wishes to operate JIT material inventory system, just in time material inventory system. As an initial procedure, it wishes to maintain minimum stock of material equivalent to 2 days consumption. 2 days consumption, it wants to make it or keep it as its closing stock. So, once we know 1 month consumption, if we know 1 month consumption, then from 1 month consumption, we can find out 2 days consumption. And whatever is 2 days consumption will be my closing stock. Yes or no? And question says there are 28 working days in a month. So question, we are sitting in the month of February basically. Alright. So February can be 29 days also. Yeah, it can be. But then also it will be February generally if it is. Fine. Otherwise 28 days pakka it is February only. So these details are given for the month. We need to prepare sales budget. No, we can't prepare sales budget. Yes, sales budget has to be forecasted. So sales budget is already given. And those of you who want to prepare sales budget, I will tell you how to prepare. So first budget. Now sales is given. Next, what is the next budget? Very quickly. I want sequence. Sales. What is the next budget? Very quickly. Production. Next, what is the next budget? Quickly, very quickly. Consumption. Awesome. What is the next budget? What is the next budget? Purchase. Awesome. What is the next budget? What is the next budget? Overhead I have not taught. Yeah. What I have not taught, how can I ask? Huh? So next is cash budget. Now, do you want to prepare all the 5 budgets in this question? Do you want to prepare all the 5 budgets in this question? Yes or no? Answer is no. Do you have to prepare? That I am not asking. Do you want to prepare? That I am asking. Do you want to prepare all the 5 budgets so that everything you understand together? Answer is one guy is telling no, rest everybody is telling yes, majority yes. Answer is yes, we are going to do it. Let's jump in. Good. Let me split the screen so that all of you are able to look at both the question and the answer together. Let's jump in and enjoy. CSQ 3. First, we need to know sales figure. Do we know sales figure? Answer is yes. We know sales figure 15,000 and 17,500. This is A and this is B. Both are finished goods. Done. Sales we know. So sales budget is given. If it is not given, then we need lot more calculation. Now, what is the next budget? First budget done. So simple. Next is a production budget. Now, production budget means production of finished goods. So heading will be finished goods and A and B. Finished goods A and B. So first thing we need is sales. You have to tell me formula. If you know the formula, if you know the sequence, you are never going to go wrong. So supreme, after that what? SCOP. Very good. So C means closing stock. Very good. SCO. O means opening stock. Awesome. What is the next one? Next one. Production budget. Awesome. Very good. So sales plus closing stock minus opening stock. Comfortable? Let's jump in and find the figures. I am not writing anything. You have to tell me what is the sales figure. So sales figure, okay, I will tell you this one. 15,000 and 17,500. Awesome. Very good. Next, closing stock. You have to tell me closing stock. Jump in. Faster the better. Don't tell me. Okay, yeah, very good. Closing stock is 17,1750 and 3375. Awesome. Very good. Next, tell me opening stock. Opening stock. So opening stock is 750 and 875. Negative numbers in bracket. Awesome. Calculate this number and tell me 15, it will be 16,000. First one, 17, it is 20,000. This is my production budget. So far clear? Can I have a yes or no before I go to the next one? Awesome. Very good. Very good. Next one. What is the third budget that we are going to do? So third is consumption budget. Consumption budget. Very good. So consumption means consumption of finished goods or consumption of raw material. So consumption means raw material. So heading will be raw material here. Raw material P and raw material Q. Alright. So first, to make consumption budget, what is the first thing that we need? So to make consumption budget, the first data that we need is production budget. Now production budget, we are making what? We are making product X and we are making product Y. To make 1 unit of product X, 1 unit of product X, product X or Y or no, A or B? A or B. To make 1 unit of product A, how much raw material do I need? So to make 1 unit of product A, I need P 2 kg and I need Q 3.125 kg. Similarly, to make 1 unit of product B here, I need 4 kg of P and 1 kg of Q. So 4 kg of P and 1 kg of Q to make 1 unit, just 1 unit. I am making how many units? So I am making 16,000 units of A from here and 20,000 units of B from here. Agreed? So it will be 2 into 16,000 and 3.125 into 16,000 vertically. Horizontally. Similarly, 4 into 20,000 and 1 into 20,000. I hope none of you have this doubt. So how 2 into 20,000? Sorry, 2 into 16 and 3.125 into 16. I hope none of you have this doubt. Very basic mathematics. Agreed? Fine. So find out how much 16 to 32,000 and 4 to 80,000. Similarly, 16,000 into 1.25. Where is my calculator? My calculator ran away from my table. Please do the calculation and tell me. So second is 50,000, 20,000. This one I have done. Please tell me this one. This one is 16,348. So 50,000. Awesome. Very good. Do the total of both and tell me the value. So total is 680 plus 32, 112,000 and 20 plus 50, so 70,000. This is my raw material consumption budget. Raw material consumption budget. All of you understood this? Can I have a yes or no, guys? Now, consumption budget does not need opening and closing stock. Does not need opening and closing stock. Alright. Sir, I forgot. Oh, sorry. No problem. No problem. Remember sales budget, production budget, then consumption budget, then purchase budget, then cash budget. Which are the budgets starting with alphabet P? Identify the budget starting with alphabet P. Which are the budgets starting with alphabet P? So one is purchase budget. Which is the other budget? Production budget. So all the budgets starting with alphabet P only needs opening stock and closing stock. Only needs opening stock and closing stock. Alright. So those budgets starting with alphabet P only needs opening and closing stock, nothing else. No other budget needs opening and closing stock. Production budget needs opening stock of and closing stock of finished goods. Purchase budget needs opening stock and closing stock of raw material. Now will you remember? Yes or no? Will you remember now? Very good. You try to forget. I will not let you forget. You just try to forget. Next one. What is the third budget? D. Third budget. We are making budget number C. D. Raw material purchase budget. Purchase budget. It is starting with which alphabet? It is starting with alphabet P. So here raw material will come because we are talking about raw material. So raw material P and raw material Q. Raw material P and raw material Q. So first one, to understand purchase budget, I need to know how much we are going to consume, how much we are going to eat. First I should know that. Then only I am going to order. So first one, raw material consumption budget. Now answer my question. Raw material consumption budget, is it raw material or finished goods? Answer is it is raw material. So can I write it below P and below Q? Answer is yes, because P is also raw material, Q is also raw material. Why can't I write? So 112,000 and 70,000. Done. Again same thing. It was SCOP. So this one sequence is the same. Instead of sales, it is raw material consumption, but after that it is same, COP. Alright. So after that what? So closing stock. C, then O, opening stock. Then what? Then purchase. COP, add, less, and then purchase. Fine. So now answer my question. What is the closing stock of raw material? Is it given? No, that is not given. So forget it. We will calculate later. Is the opening stock given? Yes, opening stock is given. How much is the opening stock? So it is 12,000 and 9,000 is the opening stock. Now can I say this is the raw material consumption for how many days? So this is the raw material consumption for the month. And 1 month is equals to how many days? So it is equals to 28 days. Is it equals to 28 days? So can I get 2 days consumption? 2 days consumption. Why do I need 2 days consumption? Because question says my closing stock will be equals to 2 days consumption. So formula should be 112,000 divided by 28 days into 2 days. Alright. So how much is it coming? So first one it is coming 8,000 and next one it is coming 5,000. Please write it down. How did we get these values? So first one 8,000 and second one 5,000. All the minus numbers should be inside the bracket so that you never go wrong. Calculate and tell me how much is it coming. So it will be 1,08,000 and next will be 64,000. Is it, or 66,000? 66,000 and 108,000. Alright, we got which budget? We got purchase budget for both raw material P and Q. We have done this. Alright, comfortable so far? Any doubt? Very good. Hello guys, can I have a yes or no? Then I can proceed to the next budget and the final budget. Not understood? Please tell me what have you not understood. Closing stock. Question says closing stock is equals to 2 days consumption. 2 days consumption. Closing stock is equals to 2 days consumption. Alright. So my 28 days consumption is what? 8 days consumption is what is my consumption budget. This is my 1 month consumption, which is 28 days. So 112,000 and 70,000 I am going to consume in 28 days. So divided by 28 divided by 28. I will get 1 day consumption. I will get 1 day consumption. So 112,000 divided by 28, if you do, you will get 4,000 and you get 2,500. Yes or no? It is 1 day. 1 day, how much will you eat? In 28 days, you are going to eat 112,000 chapatis in 128 days. Assumption. In 28 days, you are going to eat 112,000 chapati. So in 1 day, sir, South Indian don't eat chapati. We are Tamilians, we are Kannadigas, we don't eat. Okay, fine. For Tamilians, you sing that song. Chapati, 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 chapati. Keep singing that song. Alright? And keep mocking all the North Indians. Fine. So, fine. So, 1 day, how much will you consume? So, you will consume 4,000 and 2,400. 500. Done. So, in 1 day, if you are consuming that much, so 2 days, how much will you consume? 2 days, how much will you consume? So, 4,000 into 2. This is so basic mathematics. So basic mathematics. And this is 5,000. Have you understood now? Those guys who told me no. Understood now? Now nobody will say yes. You tell yes. Those who told no, please tell yes so that I can proceed. Otherwise, I'm stuck like this. Alright, fine. Good. Fine. So, alright. So, this is my closing stock. Same closing stock I have written here. Same closing stock I have written here. Why didn't we take the price of raw material? We take the price of raw material when? We take the price of raw material when? When we make cash budget. Awesome. So, now we are making cash budget. We are making cash budget. Awesome. So, cash budget. Can I say raw material X, raw material Y, raw material purchase budget? Raw material purchase budget. How much raw material we need to purchase? So, we need to purchase 108,000 and 66,000. So, 108,000 and 66,000. This is my purchase budget. Now, cost per unit of raw material. How much is the cost per unit of raw material? So, cost per unit of raw material is given here. Sorry, this is not X and Y. I don't know why do I keep writing X and Y. My mathematics teacher, take the missing value as X. Take the other missing value as Y. All my life, I keep taking X and Y. So, it is P and Q, not X and Y. So, how much? It is $3 and it is $2. It is $2. Alright. So, 108,000 into 3 will be 308,324. $324,000. 6 to 12, $132,000. Alright. Since this is product P, this is product Q, I can't add these two numbers. I can't. But since this is dollars, this is also dollars, I can add both the numbers and present one consolidated cash budget for raw material. Can I do that? Answer is yes, both are in dollars, of course. So you can do $456,000. This is cash budget. So in my cash budget, if the question comes raw material, how much will I put? I will put 456,000. All right. Yes or no? So dollar you did not write. In cash budget what will come? Of course dollars will only come. Fine. Now answer my question. I want a solid yes or no. If you understood perfectly, small, big, very big yes, all the three is good. Not perfectly, but I understood something. Okay, good that you understood something. Now you need to solve the question. You need to practice, you need to practice, you need to practice. Watch the lectures again, and the recorded lectures helps a lot, provided people do. Please remember, I can't explain from raw material. I can't explain the entire question once again. Please watch the recorded lecture. Wherever you don't understand, watch the recorded lecture. It is very difficult to repeat the entire question once I'm done. It's almost impossible. Imagine every time one guy says, I did not understand this point, this point, this point, this point. I will end up revising the entire question. Means from beginning I will have to start. Let's start from here. Because one guy will say, I did not understand this point. One guy will say, one guy will say this, one guy will say this. I will end up solving entire question. Please go back, recorded lecture, watch it once again. That much you have to do. If you cannot do, it will be very, very difficult. You have to replay it. Otherwise, revising the entire question it's going to be very, very challenging. It's going to be very challenging. That's why at each point I ask, so that I can break your doubts. When I reach here, I ask, have you understood? If one guy says no, I revise. When I reach here, I ask. When I reach here, I ask. When I reach here, I ask. When I give this entire question, I did not understand this point. I cannot go back. It is not possible. Recordings will be available. Live class recordings are always available for the next 5 days, and then your permanent recording is available for the next 18 months or 15 months, depending upon which package are you in. But all the live classes are always available. This live class will be available always for 5 days. If you have missed this in the next 5 days, do not worry, do not panic. You have lost nothing. You can go to the permanent recording, which is a very detailed recording. In the live class, I try to only focus on concepts. In detailed recording, both concepts and explanation and question, I concentrate on everything. Because this is one-time recording that I have done. Very detailed, and I am never going to record ever again in that fashion. So this is the best thing that you have got. All time recording. This is once in a lifetime I have done. Next time I am going to record it only when your syllabus completely changes. Alright. But please, if this expires in 5 days, please don't bother. This is much better recording than everything else. Much better recording. This is once in a lifetime I have done in such detail. I put in crazy amount of time and efforts to do this recording. This is going to be everything included. Do you know Malayalam? I am learning. You can teach me every day one word. I can speak 8 languages in English. Is class over? No, class is not over. We just warming up. Class is not over. My class timings are 9 to 11, extendable till 11:15. Maximum 11:15. After that I will never. Where I can find live classes recording? It is in the NSA mobile application. NSA mobile application. Where is NSA mobile application? Please call your support team and support team will help you download the NSA mobile application in case you have not downloaded the NSA mobile application. Please download NSA mobile application, call your support team. Sir, what is the number of the support team? Where is my phone? What is the number? Does anyone has support team number? 1 minute, let me just search. I will give you. Yes, please call the support team. Support team will always be there throughout your journey. 8147-305-405. Such a beautiful number we have got. 8147-305-405. All right, or you can write an email to them, support@northstaracad.com. all right, you can write to them or you can WhatsApp them, but when you WhatsApp them, please don't. The moment blue tick came, they are not replying. No, they will reply. Please, the moment WhatsApp blue tick comes, don't get impatient the way you get impatient when you WhatsApp it to your girlfriend. Girlfriend, you WhatsApped it, blue tick came, she's not replying. I think she's seeing somebody else. I think Rahul, yeah. No, please don't worry. The moment blue tick comes here, support team never reply emails. If support team never replies email, it is not possible. Never is a very, very strong word. I am 1000% sure they reply. So don't tell me never. I don't think, I will not. But in case they miss out to reply, you can always raise it to bharat.k@northstaracad. Whenever support team does not reply, you can always escalate it to a senior manager. I mailed them on 5th April. Please, I have told you, whenever you email them, please escalate it to bharat.k. Just go to bharat.k. In case your email does not get, or I will create a separate mail ID, escalations. I will create a separate mail ID. I will talk about GLAIM little later. You get 12 to 18 hours. Yes, you will get at least 1 day time you have to give to reply. I will talk about GLAIM in the next class. Now, what is the homework? Homework is this question. Leave it. This question is your homework. Now, this question none of you can solve it. None of you will be able to solve it. None of you. I am telling you, none of you will be able to solve this question. But don't worry. This question you have to solve it after maybe 5 days. After 5 days, I will give you a complete video answer for this question. This is a very lengthy question. It will take almost 1.5 hours if you sit down to solve. It will take 1.5 hours. But such big question cannot come in exam. But it will give you a complete clarity about this chapter. 100% you can learn in 1.5 hours of question. 100% knowledge you will get in 1.5 hours of question. Is it worth doing? Answer is yes, but not today. Later I will teach this basics. I will teach in the next class, and then we'll be done with this topic. All right, so next class we are done with this topic. My homework, theoretical homework. If you are not doing homework, then guard can also come back and say, I will not help you. I will not help you because you never listen to me. Yeah, so you have to listen to me, then only God will listen to you. Yeah, so raw material purchase budget, you have understood everything. Direct labor budget, you will be able to understand once you do that question. Anyways, I will give you a broad idea. Overhead budget, you will understand once you do that question. Cost of goods sold budget is a nonsense, forget it. Financial budget, capital budget, there is no question. It is very, very basic, because capital budget, there is no calculation involved at all. So there is no practical question. Cash budget, I am going to teach you in the next class, entire cash budget. But I want you to read it. Pro forma income statement, we are not going to learn it in this topic. We are going to learn in the next topic. Theoretically, it is given here. Theoretically, it is given here. Theoretically, practically, we are going to learn in the next topic. You read theoretically, practically, I will teach you in the next topic how all these are prepared. So broadly, we are done with this chapter. Only theoretical concepts are there which you need to read. Practically, I will teach in the next class. All right. One more question is there, which is for me here in this topic, which I have to teach, which is CSQ 6. This is my classwork. I will teach you this question, which will give you a complete knowledge about cash budget. What else is there? Question number 4. This is your homework. All right. Sir, MCQ question. Of course, when I am doing this CSQ 6, when I am doing, I will do MCQs also. When I am doing CSQs, I am going to do MCQ also. Okay, CSQ 1 is a very, very basic question. I don't think I need to solve it. You can look at the answer and you can solve it. It's a very, very basic question. Very basic. Closing stock is given, opening stock is given, closing stock is given, normal loss is given, requirement is given. Very basic question. In case you are not able to solve by looking at the answer, I will solve it. 1 minute question. Just a 1 minute question. All right. All right, guys. That's all for this class. What is the homework? CSQ 4, 5, CSQ 1. You can look at the answer and solve it. It is just a 1 minute question. More than 1 minute if it takes. Remember Maggie. Maggie tells 2 minutes. Have you ever cooked Maggie in 2 minutes? No. So don't blame me also. All right. Fine. All right. All those who are the first timer, please go back. You will be added in the mobile application. You will be provided all the necessary support, mobile application, all that will be done. Just hold on for a couple of days. It may take a little time because they need to get clearance from the accounts team and all that. Your books dispatch will also happen simultaneously, but all that takes a little days, 2-3 days. Don't run out of patience. You need to have little patience. 2-3 days, everything will be settled. Give yourself little 2-3 days. Attend the live class. You will understand everything. But for books to reach, for material to reach, for mobile application to be done, it will take couple of days. Please, little patience is required. Everything will get settled. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we have come to an end of today's session. I'll see you again in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Good night and take care. Thank you so much. Record.